Hey guys, AlduicS here, and we're back with Season 1, Episode 6 of Chainsaw Man. So I do apologize for the delays. It wasn't my intention to fall behind as I have. I did want to get this out in a timely manner after all. But unfortunately, the entire house caught something. It spread amongst all of us, put us out of commission for about a week, and only recently do we feel well enough to return to jobs, daily life activities, and for me personally, to start making content once again. So, what better way to celebrate the recovery, the return, than with this hype train? As of last time, we're stuck in a loop, constantly returning to the 8th floor of this hotel. Arai, Kobeni, Himeno, Power, Denji, and Aki, all of them have squatted up to take on this devil. They did slay a rather interestingly designed, not dangerous foe, where it was 1 foot, 1 hand, and a head. I wonder if that's connected to the devil causing the looping, but panic will likely set in, craziness will likely set in. I mean, seriously, what's an episode of Chainsaw Man without some level of insanity? I will say, last time was straight up spicy, though. The copping of Field with Power, and surprisingly, Makima, the spicy intimacy was straight up entertaining. Plus, we were enlightened about the existence of the Gun Devil, the fact they killed 1.2 million in a matter of 5 minutes. They're so extremely fast, they're incredibly powerful. Their flesh empowers other devils. Their mere existence brought so much fear that they had to start censoring and partially controlling guns, and just the fear against devils was already empowered because of that. So that's the ultimate goal of the Devil Hunters, to slay the Gun Devil. A piece of their flesh, since they empower, the more they collect, it'll return to the main body. It'll let them find a lead, able to locate the Gun Devil. And Makima believes that Denji, this chainsaw devil, has enough chops to take him on. And if he does manage to successfully slay him, he'll be able to request any one wish, anything he desires, dirty or not, from Makima. Which, considering we know our boy, it'll likely be dirty. It could be sex, it could be straight up kissing, it could be even just a full relationship with Makima. Only time will tell. But we also found out what exactly happened to Aki's family, that he had briefly mentioned and everything. It's related to the Gun Devil. The means that they went out was absolutely insane. Very cool to see. Interesting bit of lore, also just how it all ties together, and the fact that he's now partnered with Himeno, that she's his senpai, she's lost several partners, and how skewed her viewpoint is about her partners dying because they were trash, and how she doesn't want Aki to die. And her personality is quite entertaining. I like her design, the fact that she's contracted with the Ghost Devil, and how she just teases the boys and the girls. Seems to hit for both fields. Very nice. Denji's definitely missing out if he doesn't take her up on that whole French kiss offer, I will say. Because so far, she's definitely one of the better girls of the show. And plus, we have Arai, who's motivated but not super strong, and Kobeni, who's timid but strong, according to at least Himeno's observations. Only time will tell who will survive, who will die next, what craziness are they contracted with, how will we get out of this. This, I can't believe, is already the halfway mark of Season 1. I wonder how it'll end, too, and if we'll get a Season 2 announcement right away, or if they'll wait until more source material builds up. But before we hop into it, make sure you check out my links down below, my Twitter, my Twitch, my Kitsuba Patreon. $5 a month, you get access to my entire reaction backlog, full audio, full footage, no echoes, no mutings, opening and endings included. So if you're curious about what my reactions to the very unique, always different ending songs for this series, please go support me over there. I got 6 patrons trying to hit 10 by the end of the year. It's a small goal, still difficult nonetheless. Any support is always very much appreciated, as is your patience and all of your just comments. I do try to read every single one of them. And while you're speaking of comments, make sure you leave one, tell me all your thoughts, like, subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified when I upload next. Totally got this down pat, guys. It's totally not like 6:30 in the morning. I've been up all night recording or anything. No, not at all. Do forgive me if I misspeak or mispronounce, though. Anyways, let's hop into it. So how are they going to get out of this? How long will they be stuck? How will the panic be? Because it seems like Kobeni's going to lose her shit. And does it relate to the room that the devil came out of? Double peace and stay where you are. Yep. That was smooth cinematographic tracking. Interesting, though. Voice actor's definitely doing an interesting, a great work with all of her expressions and emotions. I like the squeaks, but there's no outside. It's an infinite loop. So how do they get out of this? Did it relate to killing the devil? Is that what triggered it? Or is there another devil? Because we know there's another devil with the gun's flesh inside of him, empowered by it, that's causing the reaction. So what's the devil's power? Is it like a barrier, a loop devil? Is it the fear of being trapped in a loop or something? Yep. And we're back. I will say, going into this, I do know, or I've at least heard there's plenty of polarizations and controversy around Kobeni as a character. I'll form my own judgments, but I hear either people really like her or don't whatsoever. But it's also split based on anime onlys and manga readers. And the manga readers, from what I can gather, are trying to dictate, at least some of them, what people should feel towards the character. So I don't know how I feel about that. But again, I'll form my own judgments. Still, I doubt she'll be a better character for me than Himeno, than Makima, than Power, than Denji, than Aki, because I like all of them so much. But I am welcome to the change, to the challenge of if that could be a case. Either way, out of design standpoint, not the most interesting for me, personally. I love that Denji's just under the covers, tucked in, chilling. How will you break it? Do you break the floors, maybe? What happens when you cause destruction and damage? Straight up always blaming other people. Interesting. So the power stops as soon as the devil dies. So which devil set the trap? It'll only exacerbate the problem. And so panic sets in via Kobeni. Oh, so it's for her brother. I could see where some of the memes about her come from. So the panic sets in, at least with one person. One's elated and laughing. One's angry. Fear is your worst enemy. Does it continues to tick? Oh. So time stopped. It's like time stopped almost. An isolated area, an isolated space. That's wild. Way to make it even more fearful for her. I mean, that's fair. I do believe a fair amount of people who thought about having the ability to freeze time would take advantage of it just to sleep, to feel fully rested before resuming time. I, myself, being one of them, would have loved this capability, even if It's also just important to keep a calm head, not lose your cool, stay rational. Sleep does help after all. No guarantee, though, that you lose actual calories while time is frozen. Does this count as insubordination? But no one told him not to. Does it have to do with dreams, maybe, as well? I wouldn't mind waking up to Himeno. Interesting. So they have to ration food, but the water and electricity still work. That must mean bathrooms are still work. So he'll run himself ragged. So 2 of the rookies completely lost it. Except thinking about the Nobel Prize. So in a way, she went mad. But she was already plenty mad. Yeah. I mean, that's fair. She's always like that. I mean, that's fair. So they have to handle someone who's shaking from fear and another one who had to be knocked out because they went absolutely mad. I mean, she trusts them. Wonder where it is hiding. What's the trick to get out? Did she get Aki into smoking? Well, alright then. I like seeing the dynamic between the two to see the development of a relationship. Yep. It's a cruel reality. It's a tough job, a very dangerous job. Is that a family member of one of her partners? With how nonchalant she is about their death? Yeah, and then they start to blame you for surviving and not dying with them. That whole kind of mentality. Damn, though. Wait, is he going after her? Did he strike her? Oh. Damn. Exactly. And it's partially what caused her to be so interested in him. Neither the strong nor the brave, but the one who's a nutcase. So this entire experimental unit will definitely be falling under that. Another thing that they can find common ground on. But how can you say no? Himeno's so beautiful. And so far, it's turned way more than once. The addiction. But I love the transition. That was truly smooth. It was so smooth. I can appreciate that. The cinematography by Studio Mappa, when it comes to Chainsaw Man alone, has been insane. It's really well handled, and I like how they frame certain shots, the tracking of the camera, the transition between flashback and present day. I can't gush enough about it. Oh, an indirect kiss. Wow. Must be the norm for him. Body's gone? So you only killed a part of it, maybe? Oh! I'm okay. But the body horror definitely gets under the skin a little bit. The Nightmare Devil, maybe? A contract? So basically, give up Denji and you can escape. Who will make the contract, Kobeni or Arai? Because I don't know if they actually have contracts right now. We know Himeno and Aki do, and Power is already a devil, a fiend, and Denji is the Chainsaw one. So could you also just chop him up and start feeding pieces and then revive him with blood? I mean, it would be to ensure safety, so I don't believe Aki would have too much of an issue about it. Himeno either doesn't seem like she's too particularly attached to him, but at the very least, they also seem like the most willing to side with him compared to probably Arai and Kobeni because they don't seem to have the greatest impression about him as well. And power is power, after all. So where did Kobeni get a knife? Thank you, Aki. Very much appreciated. Knock the crazy out of her. Wonder if the devil's manipulating her at all, or if it's just because she went so mad from fear. But interesting. Doesn't register. Oh. Fox's body's in Kyoto? I love the way it formed after her and came like out of her back almost. So also it has a mouth on its hand. Does pain enlarge in it? Definitely seems like you'll need chainsaws to carve it up. The entire floor. The mouths on the eyes, though. Interesting. And focusing on her eye as well. The missing eye versus the real. Of course, Arai would be on board with it. You'd be playing it into its hand. I mean, that's fair. But I love how crazy you are. Exactly. So it might be time to have him go full chainsaws, carve up the floors, the walls, and this massive body because they're inside its stomach or its heart. You always want to kill me. Oh, the wall of flesh, though. I feel actually really sweet about that. It's a nice sentiment, but mostly because he's been asked to look after him. Because he's been asked to look asked by Makima to look after Denji if I could speak. Holy shit. What's special about his sword? Is it another contract? Does he have to pay a hefty price? Would it be a sacrifice of his life? Did power eat the last of it? I love the food crumbs on the face incriminating her. Not sure how I feel about Kobeni. Not like she's actually contributed much to this. It's feasting on the fear. Seriously, it might be in your best interest just to keep Kobeni unconscious the entire time. Don't let her speak, don't let her breathe, don't let her think. Eternity Devil. So I was writing into the Loop Devil, pretty much. This is wild. What the fuck? Yep, gonna have Denji die. But she doesn't want him to die or pay the price. Does it take off life force? Or lifespan, I mean? I love that Aki protected him. The sight of blood's also gonna drive Himeno a wee bit mad. And he relates to that. He needs his power. He'll make use of everything at his disposal. Will this drive Denji also to feel more respect and care for Aki? Because he did protect him. But coming in clutch to save him, members of the household all working together. The way this also makes her lose strength. Wow. Someone knock her out, please. Yeah. I wonder if that French kiss involves the hand on the mouth. She never did clarify it was her own mouth. Exactly, go out guns blazing. I love insane Denji. It makes you care for him, doesn't it? Oh, the OST kicking in. Here we go. Please tell me the episode won't end. And we're back. So that was the halfway mark of Chainsaw Man. Another solid episode, very entertaining. The Eternity Devil. So that's the name that's caught them in this loop, where the rooms are connected to each other, the floors, the ceilings. They can't escape. Time has been halted, but water and electricity run, except food is scarce, so they have to ration food. And of course, panic sets in, fear sets in, anger sets in, fear fuels the devil, and the wall of flesh continues to expand, seeking to kill Denji. If it can't kill it himself, it'll have the others do it, causing more chaos, breaking down of teamwork. I can appreciate that Aki did save Denji. He took the blow, and Power is even willing to help stop the bleeding and help him survive, and how it affected Himeno, the blood, the concept that he might die because of her actions, even just in general, and it causing her to lose strength. Interesting that he seems to have two contracts, one with the sword and then the Fox Devil, and the sword presumably reducing his lifespan or life force, thus he will die sooner. So I wonder what devil is contracted with that sword, but it'll definitely get them out of it. So I wonder what it can do, what those capabilities are, and when it will actually have to be drawn. How dire will the situation have to be? Again, I'll gush about the cinematography, the presentation, the execution, the way the cameras follow certain scenes, a lot of tracking shots. It's handled really well by Studio Mappa. Overall, the production value continues to be top notch. It's always on point, always so damn good. I can't praise the staff enough. You can feel the passion for the project behind them in every single frame they do, and how they present the voice actors. Even the voice actors feel passionate about the work. And when you can feel that passion, it makes the property so much better. I'd prefer to have writers, actors, and staff that care about the source and the property they are working on than someone who hates it and is only doing it to make a quick buck. You can feel the writing quality diminish, and it just sucks as a fan. But this has definitely gotten me to be a fan. And well, time to address the elephant in the room, the one with the controversy, the polarizations. Kobeni. Straight up went psycho, absolutely gave into the fear. I will praise her voice actor, did phenomenal work emoting and just delivering of lines in general. I can appreciate the work. But as a character, I don't know how I feel about her. Not my favorite by a far. I don't think she'll become a personal favorite. Straight up, it would have solved so many issues if you just kept her unconscious, didn't let her talk, didn't let her have any spotlight or anything like that, or just threw her into the devil. It would avoid some issues. But I get it. You have to have as many devil hunters as possible, people willing to fight. As Aki said, otherwise it's not possible to kill the gun devil, but damn. It actively was irritating watching her just constantly trying to kill Denji, giving into that fear, unable to remain calm. I can understand where some of the memes come about her and why people don't feel so good about her if they're anime onlys versus manga readers, or at least those of the extreme trying to dictate how you should feel about the character. Not my favorite character. If I had to rank, and this would likely catch me flack, I prefer Power, Himeno, and Machina way over Kobeni. If they had the entire scenes the entire time, no complaints. But so far, no contributions by Kobeni have been made other than stabbing Aki, freaking out, needing to be knocked unconscious and monitored. Arai's been more useful so far, and he even's given into fear and is shaking, but he was more angry and just downright determined to keep Himeno's lips from Denji. He's at the very least contributed slightly more as a rookie, and he's not even as supposedly strong. So far, Kobeni's not the best. If you hate me for that opinion, go ahead, but I don't care, to be honest. It's my personal opinion, my personal judgment. Sure, she could be a phenomenal character in the manga. That's still a ways away. That development needs to happen. That time to be spent with her needs to happen. But first impressions wise, not the biggest fan, not the best character, not my favorite, okay? Either way, Psycho Kobeni, and I think it was references to several movies because the author loves them, and I believe one of them, the Here's Johnny almost framing of it, I can appreciate. It was animated really well, as per usual, but damn. Even Zenitsu, when he was first introduced to Demon Slayer, was less of an annoying character and more entertaining than this. Didn't think I got a single or at least all that many laughs out of her freakouts, to be honest. I know some people might, but just not for me. Either way, enough talking down on it. Very excited to see where we go from here. Episode 6, solid. ED6. I like that the manga panels were pretty much straight lifted for it. The black and white design of it with some bleeding color effects, the gun devil bullet focus. Very solid. If you're curious about my reactions to the opening and endings, feel free to support me on Patreon. $5 a month. Full audio, full video, full audio, full footage. No echoes, no mutings, opening and endings included. I got 6 patrons trying to get more. It'd be very much appreciated. While you're also checking out that, check out my other links, my Twitter, my Twitch, my Kitsu. And, let me know your guys' thoughts on the episode, the freakouts. It's going to be so damn good next time watching Denji just rip and tear and just causing so much destruction. And I love that he's actively caring about Aki to a degree, wanting to even out their favors and stuff like that. You can feel a wee bit of respect from him. But either way, thank you all so much for watching and your patience, your understanding. Please be respectful and kind in the comments down below. It's been AlduicS. Peace. Peace. Wow, voice crack.